My name's Nate Boley, and 20 years ago, strength training changed the course of my life. I built a gym here in Bend, Oregon from scratch that's helped over 1,500 people change their lives as well through strength training. If you want to change your life, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com, hit the Start My Journey button, and let's chat. All right, guys, we'll see you there. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Super jacked and super excited to be here today. We're going to dive into a topic that just absolutely lights me on fire and gets me excited to talk. And I bet you guys are thinking water polo. Well, you're wrong. It's about weight training, specifically heavyweight training and powerlifting. Now, a lot of people think that weights and lifting weights is all about getting jacked and tan. Well, the answer is yes, it absolutely is. That's the only reason why you should lift weights, is to get jacked and tan. No, I'm kidding. But who doesn't want to look good, right? The benefits the benefits of weight training are not only just for looking good and feeling good in your clothes and having confidence. It goes far beyond aesthetics, right? Lifting weights is more about moving better, aging more gracefully, feeling better, having more confidence. It's about being more capable in your everyday life, right? When I see somebody that's in business that doesn't take care of their body, I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do business with you. Like, I want somebody that's in the gym, making sure they're healthy, making sure they're taking care of themselves. So I know that they can take care of me. Because, if somebody's just not taking care of themselves, like, it's really hard to trust that they can take care of you. But nevertheless, like I said, when I see somebody that's a business owner or a businessman or a woman and they're in shape and they look and feel good and they have that confidence and energy glowing off them, it's just so much better to do business and interactions with them than somebody that's just not taking care of themselves and they're stress eating and they're overworking and they're stressed out all the time, and it just shows, right? And you're just like, hey man, can you really do what you say you're gonna do? How can you take care of me if you can't even take care of yourself? But it's more about being capable in your everyday life, right? So whether you're an athlete or somebody who just enjoys various activities, I know almost everybody that lives in my area, Central Oregon here in the Pacific Northwest, they're out there doing things in the community. They're out there hiking mountains. They're out there skydiving. They're out there doing jujitsu and weightlifting competitions and mountain biking and paddleboarding and all the things that we love to do in the Pacific Northwest. Weight training and exercise is the cornerstone of these things. You can't do those to the best of your ability if you are not strength training. And I'm not talking about HIIT programs or cardio or Pilates or anything like that. I'm talking about real strength training, right? So strength training can enhance your performance and make you better in every single aspect of your life, whether it's just for physical appearance, play with your kiddos, whether it's to be doing an Olympic sport, whatever it is, it's going to make you better, right? But one aspect of lifting heavy weights is often overlooked, and I talk about this all the time. I actually talked about it in my business group today, and that is mental capacity and the resilience that it builds. When you lift heavy weights, you're exposing yourself and your mind to micro adversities. When you walk up to a heavy barbell or you're in the middle of a set and you don't know you can continue on, but you still try, and maybe you fail, no problem. But just putting yourself and exposing yourself to those little bits of, I might fail. I might not be able to lift this weight off the ground. I might not be able to continue on with this rep or this set. And even though you may not, you still push yourself through that. That changes something inside your mind. It changes the way you think about things, right? So every time you overcome some kind of challenge, I don't care if it's a weight challenge or maybe it's a how many days I've worked out challenge, or it's a nutrition challenge. All these types of things where we're challenging your brain to handle adversity better. This only builds tolerances in your life, in life's challenges, because life's going to throw challenges at you, whether that's, a financial challenge, or the economy's bad, or you broke your leg, or you got into a car accident, whatever it is, right? There's going to be challenges in life. It's going to help you be able to navigate those and handle them much, much better. It's going to help you at work. It's going to help you tackle bigger projects. It might even help you start and operate a business. Like I worked out really heavy all the time for years before I opened my business. And I realize now that doing that really gave me advantage in business that other people don't have. And that is, I dealt with so many micro adversities, and I've got a pretty messed up bringing up as well, pretty tough childhood where I had to deal with a lot of adversities as well. So that was also something that segued nicely into weight training. But when you get down, you put a heavy weight on your back, and you're down in the bottom of the squat, and for a split second, you don't know if it's going to crush you, and then you power out of it. The feeling that gives you, the confidence that gives you, like no matter what, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to recover from this squat, and I'm going to show this weight that I'm the boss and I'm going to win. Now, it may not be that time, but you're going to come back and you're going to do it. When I was in automotive for 16 years, I used to refer to automotive as the game of I win, because 0 chances that a car is going to come into my stall broken and it's not going to leave fixed. There is absolutely no way that's going to happen. And it never did. Never did I send a car away. Now, did I ask for help? Absolutely. But it never left my stall without a game plan, unless a client said, hey, it's too much money, I don't want to fix it, we're just going to bring it home. That was the only reason why a car would ever leave my stall unfixed. But in the realm of warranty, when you have you work for a manufacturer, there is no, hey, I'm going to sell the car because it's broken. You are the person who has to fix it. And being the leader of the shop that I was, I made sure that every single car left my shop, my stall, fixed, whether I needed to ask help or not. I'm not opposed to asking help. I ask for a lot of help, actually. And I think, again, that helps me succeed in business and in life as well, is going out and asking for help. But lifting heavy weights, exposing yourself to micro adversities only helps. And this is why in my earlier part of the podcast, I talked about when I see somebody that I'm going to do business with, or somebody I'm going to partner with, or somebody I'm going to do something with, and they don't take care of their physical health, and they don't go and lift weights, I have an instant doubt that they're going to be able to rise to the level that I need them to. And so I look for people that I want to do business with that are healthy and they're fit and they're challenging themselves. I don't want somebody to just, go through the motions, right? So, it's going to help you support your friends more. It's going to be able to help you support your family more. It's going to be help you contribute effectively and positively to your community. This not too long ago, we had a nonprofit that needed a whole bunch of stuff moved, and they contacted us, and we brought 4 or 5 strong people, women and men, and we gladly took about 3.5 hours of our time, of our Saturday afternoon, to go and move a bunch of boxes for these people, so they could continue to serve our community with food and shelter and clothes. And I thought that was so cool. And if I was physically unhealthy and not strong and not working out, not challenging myself, I would probably not have done that, right? Because I would have been like, I can't do that. So being able to physically be strong for yourself helps everybody out, helps you out be part of the community, society, all that type of stuff. So, the average person, they don't exercise regularly. They don't get 4,000, they get about 4,000 steps in a day, if that, right? They don't get enough sleep. They sit under artificial light all day long at a computer in a horrible posture position, and they eat super ultra processed foods, right? Now imagine being a healthy, confident, strong person. Imagine what they're doing, right? They're exercising daily. They're lifting heavier weights. They're aiming for 10,000 steps or more a day. They're getting in quality sleep. They're spending time under natural sunlight. I go out all the time and take walks in the sun. As soon as I'm like, it's nice outside, I ain't got nothing to do, I got 10 minutes, I'm walking around the building. I'm sitting outside in the sun doing my Zoom meetings. I think it's awesome, right? So they're eating foods with minimal ingredients, right? So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't have pizza from now and again. I'm not going to have ice cream. I'm not going to have high chews. Our daughter loves high chews, and those things are really addicting. And I tell my wife, please don't buy those all the time because I'll just sit there and eat them. But most of the food that I eat is it right? It's chicken, steak, beef, pork, rice, potatoes, vegetables. That is it. The least amount of ingredients you could have is, in my opinion, better quality of food, right? Being average is the enemy. Success is your responsibility. You guys, you need to know this. Like, nobody's coming to save you. You have to be able to do things for you. Now, I'm not saying you need to go and just start beating yourself up and going to the gym and moving wrong and injuring yourself. Like, coaching is absolutely key in my life. I've had multiple coaches, and I consider my therapist a coach as well. So therapist, I go see my therapist. She coaches me. I go see my business coach every month, and every week we're on business-related meetings. I have people coaching me all the time. I got a physical fitness coach as well. I dabble with our nutritionist coach and ask her questions all the time. So I'm not saying it's not okay to ask for help. I'm saying that at the end of the day, you have to say you have a coach. I literally just got done talking to my nutritionist about this, and she's like, "How do you deal with these types of things?" I say, we are the professionals. We recommend what's needed. The person who I've recommended what's needed, they have to come and do what's told. If I was to go to the doctor and I'd smoked cigarettes for a long time in my life, and they're like, "Nate, if you don't stop smoking cigarettes right now, you're going to end up with cancer or COPD." If I don't rise to the occasion of what the doctor says, the likelihood of me getting COPD or cancer, lung cancer, is a lot higher, right? So you are responsible for your success. If you're willing to flip the switch, change can happen in an instant, right? Starting something new can be very intimidating, and that's why we have our gym and the way we do it to help people start small, get the guidance they need, help them move forward, and help them when they're in the certain areas which we've identified as basically the valleys of death, where people go, "Oh, I'm going to go out for Thirsty Thursday. Oh, I made a mistake. I ate too much. I drank too much. I feel like garbage." And then the whole routine starts over. You can see where that's going, right? So we help people through that. But something new can be intimidating, especially when it comes to joining a gym. We've all had the thoughts, not good enough. I'm not good enough in good enough shape. I literally had this conversation with a good friend of mine the other day. He's like, "I'll come to your gym when I'm in shape." And that's like, what? What are you talking about, bro? Like, do you go to the hospital when you're healthy? No. You go to the hospital when you are sick or you need help. You go to the gym when you're out of shape. You go to a coaching gym because you want speed and clarity, and you want to make sure somebody's helping you do it the right way and helping you through the pitfalls that happen on every single time you start a new thing, right? There's things that happen. That's why New Year's resolutions never last, like hardly ever. You have to have so much discipline to do it on your own. And again, I had this conversation with another friend of mine today. We're not meant to do this alone. We're in societies for a reason. We have businesses that are out there that they do this specific thing. They help people get fit. They help people eat right. They help people lift weights. They help people, coaching businesses where they help people be better in business and be better in life and that type of stuff. It's okay. It's you're going to pay for it no matter what, right? So if you pay for a coaching thing for your business, that's like, "Oh man, that hurts because it's expensive." Well, you're going to make that money up way faster than if you just did it yourself, because you're going to pay for it in time and mistakes, right? So that's the same thing with your fitness. If you go in and just start loading up the weight and start doing squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, and you're like, whatever, I got this program offline, no big deal. Bam, you hurt yourself. You just paid for your success in time. It would have been easier for you to pay for somebody and cheaper for you to pay a coach to make sure you're doing it correctly, using the pertinent weights, making sure you're recovering, all that type of stuff. You would have been far better off paying what you thought was a little bit too expensive, and now you're paying for it in time, right? Hey guys, real quick, The reason I make these podcasts is because I am super passionate about delivering the message of strength training and its benefits to the world. And I want this podcast to reach as many people as possible. So if you could do me a really quick favor and just screenshot this, put it on your social media and tag us. That way I know that people are getting value out of the content out of this podcast, and we can grow the message of strength training and its benefits. Anyway, that's all I got to say. We'll see you back on the podcast in 3, 2, 1. So what if you found a place where someone greeted you with a smile, welcomed you in, and acknowledged that you might be nervous, right? A place where they said, hey, don't worry, I've got you. They want you to get to know your goals and figure out how to best help you. Again, this is why we do what we do. We help you make a plan and we guide you every step of the way. And I really wish I could get this message through even more when somebody comes up to me and says, hey, Nate, I've got to cancel my membership. And I'm like, well, hey, what's going on? You're like, why do you got to cancel? You've been doing so well. You've been coming into the gym every single day. And, we've been tracking your goals through our goal reviews and the in-body scanner. What's up? Well, my plans, my goals have changed. Well, that's great. Why don't we talk about them? Well, and then they kind of stop. I don't know. Well, what are your goals now? Well, my goals are to run a marathon, or my goals are to, do this endurance thing. Well, that's great, but you shouldn't stop weightlifting for that. You absolutely should continue to weightlift with that. And that's why we're here. We're not all about just like, hey, I can only coach you to do a powerlifting meet. We have such a diverse team that is amazing and so many resources to pull off of that we've helped people go through 100-mile ultra marathons, 100-mile bike marathons, world's powerlifting meets, CrossFit competitions, strongman competitions, Tough Mudders, Spartan races, just about anything you can think of, hiking the Pacific Northwest, the PCT Trail. We have helped all these people. They've never stopped working out. They just did it differently because they asked us and got us to help them realize their goal through strength training, right? So I highly implore you, if your goals have changed, that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We are here to help you in whatever goals it is in life, whether it's just being able to pick up your child or put something in the overhead bin of a plane without asking a random person to help you, or being able to carry that bag of dog food out of Costco, or whatever it is, 100-mile ultra marathons. I don't care what it is. We can help you. We've done it hundreds of times. And it blows me away when somebody comes up and says, hey, my goals changed. I'm not looking to weightlift anymore. I need to do calisthenics, or I need to do, more this. It's like, no. Yeah, you need to do a little bit of more. If you're going to do a 100-mile marathon, you're going to have to run some more. I'm sorry. You can't just do a 1-rep max squat and then think you're going to run 100 miles. Not going to happen. But you should never stop weight training, even when you're injured, even when you don't feel like it, even when your goals have changed. Because weight training will and can, or I should say that backwards, can and will absolutely help every single thing that you're going to do in this life. It's absolutely the golden key to everything, right? That's why it's been around forever. That's why they use it in high-level sports. You don't see somebody going to football being like, yeah, I'm going to give up heavyweight training and just start running more so I can be faster on the field. No, they add it in together. Now, their weight training might be look slightly different. That's okay. That's why we're here to help you make the plan, right? One last thing, I'm gonna leave you guys with before I'm done on this podcast. My daughter recently asked me, Dad, how do I stay healthy, fit, and strong for my entire life? And I told her, hey, the answer is simple. Lift heavy weights throughout your entire life. Never stop. Do a little bit of cardio, eat healthy, and challenge yourself. That is it. It's really it. When your goals change, we're here to help you. And I hope that you can really let that sink into your brain. We are coaches. This is what we do for a living. We are experts at what we do. When your life changes and your goals change, let us know. It's not that you need to go change your regimen. It's not. You don't need to go change what you're doing. Let us help you navigate through those things. But that's why so many people, they complicate this easy, simple process of lift heavy weights throughout your entire life, do some cardio, eat healthy, drink water, challenge yourself. You will get there, and you're going to age so much better than people that don't do this. But if you haven't taken the steps yet to do this, it's okay. We're here to help. We're here to help you get started on a plan that helps you and your version of your life. And yeah, so anyway, I hope that brings some knowledge to you guys. And I want to leave you with the thing I leave you with every single time, and that is success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is a courage to continue that counts. So get out there today and take some action. All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining me today on this podcast. I hope you heard the passion and the fire in my voice today, because man, this thing I wrote just absolutely lit me on fire tonight. I was like, I have to do this podcast today to get it out to you guys tomorrow, because today is Thursday. And tomorrow this podcast should come out, hopefully. Anyway, also I wanted to shout out Todd Tulsis at imagingvoice.com. He's the guy that makes this podcast sparkling clean, sounds amazing, gets rid of all my sniffles, my ums, my butts, and all that type of stuff, and just makes it sound super professional. So if you guys are looking for somebody to edit your podcast, edit your audio and whatever, hit him up. He'll be glad to make sure that your podcast and your audio is nice and clean. All right, guys, have a great weekend. See you later. Thanks for joining us on the Go Heavy or Go Home podcast today. We hope you got a lot of value and had a ton of fun. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about what we do, or just have a ton of resources at your fingertips, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com and hit the Start My Journey button. All right, guys, until next time, go heavy or go home.